Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Great.
Good.
Oh, how's your life doing? How's your family? How's
Good.
living in the hunt as a grown-up?
I know it's good. It's good. You're Mariana Rauer's mom, right?
Correct.
Okay, I thought so. The last name is different, but in my head. I was like, she looks just like her.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I am. I just kept my maiden name,
Okay? That's yeah.
as a professional, that's who I was, and so I just sort of kept that name. But yep, and she lives around the corner from me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Actually, I've seen her. I figured she was living in town because I've seen her at the beach before. So
Yeah.
at Tudor Beach with her kids. Yeah.
Well, she also took Ross Pulio's job.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so she's the dispatcher at the police station.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, she likes it a lot. She's interested in emergency management. And she had been the aquatics director at the Beverly Y, and then took this job, which was a good thing because she's closer to home for the kids and stuff like that. And then the Y kind of closed down because of COVID. So
Right.
yeah.
Very nice. Well, that's good.
Good. So are you working or?
Yeah, I'm a speech pathologist. I work primarily in the schools.
Oh,
So
great.
this has been quite the year, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Challenging.
Yeah, this year has been something, but it's good. It's all working out. So
Great.
yeah. Hi, Paula.
Hey, Rebecca. Hi, Nancy.
Hi.
And who's on the iPhone? Is somebody on their phone?
Are you muted?
That's weird. I'm not on my phone, so
No, me either.
it says 4 participants, so.
Connecting to
Oh,
audio.
here's somebody. Hi, who's on the phone? Oh, well, I don't know who it is. They can hear us. We can't hear them.
They could tell us something in the chat if they can't talk to us about who they are.
Yeah, although probably if they're on their own phone, they might not be able to chat.
Oh, okay. That's right, I guess.
Hi, it's Ellen.
Oh,
Hi,
hi,
Ellen.
Ellen.
Sorry, I'm on my phone because I'm in New Hampshire and I didn't realize I had to do it a different way. So I'm sorry.
Oh,
It's okay.
I'm here.
great.
All right, so I have not heard from Margaret, and I don't think I got any minutes. Did anybody get any minutes?
No,
No.
she usually will send them out like
Right.
minutes before the meeting.
So, all right, so I have not heard from Tony about either the 24th or the 25th of March. Does anybody have a preference?
Let me pull up the calendar. No, I don't have a preference personally.
Okay, so I think I just might make a decision, or maybe we should just make a decision. It's hard to chase him and I get frustrated, so to be honest.
Yeah.
So which night would you guys prefer? I gotta look at the calendar. A Wednesday or a Thursday? What night have the selectmen been meeting?
Thursdays.
So should we take Wednesday just to be safe?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll take the 24th.
Okay, that's great.
Okay. And I think, Ellen, I think it was you that suggested this as a way to go over what Courtney's email was and to look at who's going to be doing what.
Yeah. It was kind of a lot of stuff, so I just wanted to sort of parse out what we needed to work on and what was not going to be fall on us in the next month. So, yeah.
So I did, I don't know if anybody's looked at the spreadsheet.
I added a bunch of stuff today that
Okay, did
seemed
you
like
see
it got
I
saved.
added a bunch of stuff over the weekend.
I had added a few things too. I also locked the, and I hope that he doesn't mind that I did that. I locked the grid on top because I can't stand when I scroll and I don't know what column I'm in. So, but I hope he doesn't mind that I did that anyway. So, let's
So I
see.
don't even
That's
know what that means, but
never mind then.
so I did, so the information that I added in, I got from Kristen Taylor, and it was a list of the committee chairs
Good.
that Town Hall has.
Oh,
So-
okay, that's helpful.
So I thought that was helpful. I didn't look at websites or anything like that, because I don't know how good people in Nahant are keeping up to date on websites. Maybe you guys have a better feel for that than I do, but the only groups I didn't put in were the Board of Assessors, the Board of Appeals, the Board of Selectmen. I think I covered, Historical Commission was unknown. Memorial Day Parade Committee says it's vacant. But I added everybody else.
Okay. Let's see.
The historical commission is, isn't that Lynn and I know she's on it.
I don't know. I mean, it came in as unknown from Kristen, so I don't really know.
Okay, Mark Cullinan, I believe, is on it also. We could figure that one out.
Yeah. Okay.
I just
And
put
I-
in a lot of stuff that I had, like the library and swim and just stuff that was easy for me to find out. I'm
Okay.
still trying to chase down the scouts, which is a little amorphous, but I'm working on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's not on the list that I have at all.
All right. We could fill ourselves in. That should be easy. Town hall. OSRP committee, that's us, right?
Right.
Yep.
I mean,
Right.
Paula should be the contact point, right?
Yep. That's fine.
Yeah. So I could fill in a couple of the tennis things. I kind of overlooked those before. I just put the platform one in. Yeah, so I think over the next week, we could probably figure out most of it. The Chamber of Commerce in Lynn, probably on their website, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Yeah, not that we have a lot of interaction with them, but I guess a little bit. Not sure. Yeah, okay. The Friends, that used to be Robin DiStefano. I'm not sure anymore if she's still doing that.
Yeah, that's why I left that blank. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, so so we could probably, I can take on that in the Lynn Chamber and the tennis. So I'll finish those out.
Okay. Now, the next thing is start to compile a list of completed actions from the 2008 7-year action plan.
Yeah.
And work on providing updates. So,
I did take a look at that, but I don't have it with me, so my memory's not great. But some of it's done.
it was actually a 5-year action plan.
Yeah.
And so there's a bunch of it. Does everybody have it? Rebecca, have you seen the 2008 plan?
I don't, I'm not sure. Was that in your first email? Let me look.
I don't know if I could email that. That's a really big document and it's on the town's website under open space plan.
I'm just gonna
Okay,
go
I'll
run and grab my paper copy. I'll be right back.
Yeah, the link that Courtney sent, I couldn't access, but if you do go on the town website, it's accessible from there, so.
Okay, and that was the 2008 you said?
Yeah, 2008.
Okay,
I
And
have a
that-
printed copy if anybody wants to use that at some point, so.
That was based on, so the updates that we sent to Courtney, which I did send to you, Rebecca, were updates, basically taken verbatim and then just updated by us. And I think he's rewriting it.
Okay,
yeah, that I did look at.
So, so for the 5-year action plan, what happened to the rest of mine?
oh, see, that's the 2000 plan.
So this is page 48.
Yeah. And did it go beyond page 48? I only printed out page 48, so.
Yeah, it goes over to 49, which includes there's goals for each year, like year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. So they each have sections underneath them.
Let's see. Okay, yeah. So I'm on page, 48, yeah. Well, do we want to go through them and talk about them, or?
Yeah, I think we should, except I don't, you know what? Let me see if I can try to,
It is available on the town website. If you go to the just Google
Yes.
Nahant Open.
so let
and
me
then-
see if I can share my screen and get it on the screen. Hold on for a second.
Yeah.
Is it the 2008 master plan? Is that the one I should open?
Yeah.
It's pretty sad, isn't it, Rebecca, that it's like 2021 and we're reviewing this plan from 2008.
You kind of forget that it was that long ago, I guess. What is the 2016 one?
So
Oh,
that was something that was not an inclusive plan,
Oh,
as I understand it. And it was never brought forward to be approved because it wasn't a complete plan to replace this 2008 one as it in its entirety and the rules that you have to use to do it.
okay.
Does that sound right to the rest of you guys?
Yeah, it was a separate type of plan,
Yeah,
state bank process, yeah.
it spent a lot of money and I don't think anything came out of it.
No, that's right.
okay. So let's see if I can figure out how to do this. Ah. All right. Ta-ha. So it's on our screen.
Great.
So I think, so what do you think I don't know if we should try to divvy up tasks or how best to do this.
Let's
So,
see. It's, I'm not sure if you just want to talk through them first and then we can decide. I'm not sure. I haven't
Yeah,
studied
some
them well.
stuff, might be done and some stuff I don't even understand exactly.
Yeah,
so review the level of protection that exists for town-owned land. Okay, I think we're trying to identify that right now in the inventory.
right.
So,
So part of the inventory deals with level of protection?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, that was one of the columns.
Okay,
And what I think what we need to figure out is if it's changed since 2008. And that's, I guess I might try to figure that out from, I don't know, is the planning board the best? I don't know who would have that. I'm not sure much has changed really, but I guess it's worth exploring if something has.
Yeah, I don't know if much has changed.
we've added new properties, right? Or new places or not?
Not really, not that I'm aware of. If somebody knows
okay.
it.
I thought there
don't
were
think-
places that Dana was adding. Okay.
Well,
What
let's go to
was-
B. That's number B. Let's look at that. Review rights of way and open them up as necessary and appropriate. Identify rights of way with on-site markers.
So I have a meeting on March 1st because Paula and I talked about that separately, just that I would approach Tony about it. I have a meeting March 1st with Tony, Sheila Hamilton, and Dan Script to discuss the rights of ways and what's going on with them, because the planning board took that on and has received several grants from CPC. But they've sort of stalled at, as far as I can tell, at Little Nahant. So I really want to know so then I guess it would be good for us to know what the next phase is. So I am meeting with them March 1st, so I'll have a little more info then on that.
Ellen, somebody, Linda Pivacek came to me with something, one of those that's egregious, and maybe it's already on your list, but I will send it to you.
Okay. Good.
Where is it?
I lost that email. I think it's I'm sorry, I can't, I'll try to figure it out as we go along.
Is it the one by Flash Road Playground, maybe?
No, it's
Okay,
a different one.
okay.
What's
All
my
right.
Flat Road Playground?
Well, yeah, go ahead, Nancy. Yep.
That was one that had to do with somebody building a driveway and extending their property over parts of land that was supposed to be open to the DPW for keeping a water flow going.
Oh,
It's another one that came from Linda.
In doing my digging, just as a side story, I found out that up until 2005, there was the perambulation to maintain the rights of way. But something happened between 2005 and 2006, and they put a halt to the perambulation being sponsored by the planning board and the Nahant Women's Club. And I had done the perambulation prior to 2005, and I don't know what happened. I was not aware that there was some kind of controversy, but apparently there was. So,
Well,
it's
we
never
should
been-
look into that because that's a halting of kind of right of way.
yeah, so I'm hoping to get more information about that. But
So I
See
found
what-
this thing. It's 111 Wilson Road,
okay,
and the house on the right is the right side is a public way, and a spruce tree was planted there. The parking area was extended over the public way with the promise to provide and maintain a stairway down to the existing public path, but I guess it hasn't been done.
mm-hmm.
I'm just reading her email, which I can send to you, Ellen.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. I can bring that with me. Dan has a good Dan Script knows a lot about what's going on in Little Nahant, so hopefully that will be helpful.
okay. All right. And then you can translate any of that information onto the spreadsheet?
Yes, I will.
Okay. All right, so that's still ongoing. So we can go to C, identify and research sites for acquisition as the opportunity arises. I think this is I don't even know if we should put this as a task. It's pretty difficult.
Yeah, I think that Linda spoke to me a little bit about that a while ago, saying that they were sort of on the verge of sort of convincing some landowners, and I think this is what it's referring to, landowners to sort of gift some land to the town. I think they had targeted a few people maybe to maybe think about that, but although they did get more land for the thicket since then, because they bought that that condemned house and took it down. So that is one improvement from 2008. So I think
And
that's the kind
also
of thing.
and then also the thicket trail kind of goes across the street. On the other side of the street, there's a newer path that hadn't been there in the past.
So that was another parcel that had been acquired, and I think that I looked at that and I think I added that to the inventory.
Okay.
Right.
Because that was another parcel that had been acquired. So the thicket, there's a good story with the thicket, because there's conservation easements that I think the Halls and Tom Costin Jr. put on their property and gave to the Audubon Society a conservation restriction. And it's not public, but it remains open.
Yeah.
And they did put, I think there is a trail that leads into the back of Tom Costin's property.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great trail.
So there's that. So that is a really good, so the thicket is a really good story, actually.
Right.
And the Audubon has just done such great improvements with the boardwalk in there.
Right.
So I think that's a good story.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, and then D, research and apply for federal and state funding for open space. And I think that's just ongoing.
Well, also it says for open space acquisition and management, and that's the grant that that Ellen wrote is about management of that, of the Bailey's Hill part.
Right.
So that kind of, something we can throw in there.
Yep.
So if we give feedback to Courtney about these things, I assume he would incorporate it into the plan for us. Is that?
I don't know. We're going to have to talk to him about that next week.
Okay.
I don't really know the answer to that. Okay. All right, so year one, 2008, 2009, inform landowners of the advantages.
So I think Linda has a lot of knowledge of that, because I know she's done a bunch. So she might be a good person to ask. Do you want me to do that?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, I'll do that.
Inform landowners of the advantages. I think that comes up with number B too.
Yeah. And I think that some of the stuff that SWIM is doing can get thrown in here.
Yep.
The tree planting and the fact that we're having an application to be a tree city and all that.
Yep. All right, see, the Heritage Trail has been constructed. We're still working on managing it, so that's been done. So that's
Right.
good.
Yep. Is it connected to Little Nahant? I don't go over that way, so I'm not sure.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's connected up to Howe Road.
Okay. Oh, through that right of way there?
Yep, through the right of way, and I think that's what's shown on the map too.
Yeah, it goes by the beach and up the hill there.
Right.
Okay.
And you know, that document that the library produced
Right.
has very beautiful maps. And those maps are also, you can find them on the town website. So we
Mhm.
can cite that, those places where people can easily find them.
Yep.
All right, now D, work with Mass Audubon to develop and install signage. They have done that on Short Beach. Have they done it on other beaches?
No, not that I know of.
I don't think so.
Okay, so that's probably still be ongoing. Complete a townwide inventory of heritage trees.
So that's something that SWIM's working on right now,
okay.
as part of, and also, with the tree, advisory board, that's gonna be working with,
Is there
the-
one?
Yeah, well, we're making it. I mean, we've got names of people who want to do it and are going to work with Zach to do this kind of stuff. So people have already started inventorying trees.
Okay. And then revive the town program to control the feral cat population. I think coyotes are probably doing a really good job at this.
We can say that's how we solved the problem. We invited coyotes.
They did a good job.
All right, so we're getting through this. So year 2, develop a management plan for the Heritage Trail. That's what, Ellen, you're working on that. That's what the grant is for.
Well, that's, I think that there is a pretty good management plan that we walked it with Zach and.
Yeah, and I've written
Linda.
up some of it and done part, drawn maps and written up some of it. So
I think we're good with, we're close to that, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And the printable map, we have that. It's on the town website.
Okay, so
That's
that's
right.
done. Awesome.
Look how good we did.
I know. Refurbish coastal areas with dune grass, that's ongoing, that's done.
It's ongoing. It's
yeah.
and SWIM is giving money again this year to do more of that. So that's all, we can document all that stuff.
Okay.
Complete Audubon certification. I think they had this at one point, and I'll ask Rick about that. I think they did that, and I don't know if they've kept it up.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'll ask Rick about that. Hey, Rebecca, does Joel know about the tree group?
I was just thinking that he should join the tree group.
Yeah, he's an arborist, so.
Yeah. I can't believe, yeah, I'm just amazed that all of these things exist. I don't think a lot of people know that any of this exists.
That's good. Because he'd be helpful. I know Rick wants to do some stuff with trees. He's had fights with the current tree warden until tree that he thought should come down came down in a neighbor's car. So
Oh,
Yeah.
oh
Always
boy.
that. Yeah.
but anyways, all right. So I'll check on that Audubon certification. And now year 3, develop a plan for the village walk trail.
I'll check on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is
We have a
either.
meeting tomorrow night of the board, so I'll see what's going on with that. There are informal walks that people are doing, but we'll just figure that one out.
Oh yeah, isn't Ken Torino and Chris Mathias doing something about that?
Yeah, they've been doing them, and actually they're going to start them up again in the spring and then donate the money to the Historic Society. But I'm not sure it's like official, so we'll have to
Okay.
we'll have to figure that out.
Wow. B, we've done that.
Yeah,
That's done. C,
C.
that's
we're doing that.
ongoing. D, develop a plan for environmentally sensitive use of lowlands area.
Yeah. I'm not sure what that exactly means, but
Yeah, I don't know either.
So there has been a lot of talk about, there was this meeting of the selectmen, and they were talking about all the pipes and draining the water, and there were big fights among people about how, the people who live around that area about draining the water.
Yeah,
Isn't that part of it, don't you think? Or is this not exactly what?
probably.
maybe. Sure. I guess we'd have to go back to the people who put that in here. I don't know. I know they're actively dredging there and trying to get the drainage better, but I don't know about environmentally sensitive use. I'm not sure.
So I know one thing that Linda is really ticked off about all the time is the balls that get
Yes.
hit over the fence and go into the Heritage Trail. And there have been numerous projects, to clean them all out. And then they keep going back. So, she's right. And it's something
Yeah.
we could, I think that Zach is sensitive to that somehow, a bigger fence or something.
Yeah. And maybe just, yeah, we need to do something about that. I agree with her. It's tough. Yeah.
Maybe the softball leagues could go in there every spring and clean it out. of
Well,
balls.
that's what we thought, but it's, there's all these, yeah. I mean, how are you gonna enforce that?
Well, I don't
we
know.
thought of that, but I mean, if they could stop them from going over there in the first place.
But
by
I
having
don't
them-
think they can. I mean, it's a softball field.
Yeah, but you can
If
put a
people
fence
hit
up
home
that's bigger.
runs,
Well,
yeah, but isn't a fence even more unsightly? And is that going to really be good for the trails? I'm not sure
So is
fencing
there-
is the answer.
Is there a fee for the softball teams to use the field?
I'm not sure what the town does.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if you could build it in, like having like either pay a fee or clean it up or one or the other or whatever, Anyway, something to talk about. Yeah. Yeah.
that's an ongoing project, at least that
Yeah.
the balls.
Yeah.
But I think the pipes would figure out into this somehow too.
Mm.
All right,
Yeah.
so that's lowlands. Year 4, review open space and revise goals and objectives. Well, we're sort of doing that now, a little late.
Year 14.
And year 5 is the same thing. So
Yeah.
that's what we're doing. So actually we're further along than I thought.
And
Yeah, we're not too bad.
and we also remember, guys, we've got to develop one of these for ourselves
Right.
going forward. So it's good to keep these things in mind.
Right.
Rebecca, I got a little task for you, I think.
Okay, good. I need a task.
Can you reach out to the people who did the park there was just a thing in the item about the opening of the sort of the natural play area behind the school?
Oh, okay.
The forest,
Yeah.
And can
forest
you
garden.
yeah, just look into that and see how they did it and just do a little narrative about it that
Okay.
we can include, because that's a really good thing that they did. I mean, it looks
Yeah.
great. And it's a good thing to include as something new that's been done for open space since 2008.
Okay.
And so Kevin Andrews, the principal, is very involved in that, as is Diana Brandy.
Good luck getting in touch with her, sorry.
So that's through the Johnson School, right?
Yes.
And did Diana do it through the open space committee or through the school?
No, she is like, she runs a junior gardener program at the school, and she actually now is working, filling in like the art department and stuff like that for the school.
Oh, she
So-
is.
Yeah. So she does it kind of with the, with the school kids. She has classes go out and work there.
So yeah, so if you could like do a narrative of that, the reason why I said she's hard to get in touch with is she was a member of our committee. I think Nancy, you took over for her, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And she was really busy and it was really hard. She just didn't come to meetings. And so it was really hard to communicate with her. But
So,
Okay, so go for the
you-
principal.
You got it. You talk to the principal, but also her perspective, would be good. And I can give you her cell phone number, and you could call her. She
Okay.
doesn't answer emails a lot and stuff like that.
Okay. What was her name one more time?
Diana Brandy, Brandi.
Okay.
She lives in the Bass Point Apartments. She also works at Home Depot. So
Okay.
trying to convince the people at Home Depot to stop using terrible things and get organic products and stuff like that.
Oh, very interesting. Okay. I will do that.
so, and so aside from the thicket and that, can anybody think of anything really great that's been done since the plan?
Well, you mean completed or
Yeah, I mean, like the natural playground behind the school is brand new.
right?
The thicket, the Audubon improvements are brand new. I just couldn't think of, I was just thinking is there anything else that we're missing?
I don't think so.
Is
I'll try to-
the coastal sustainability plan something that's
Well, we gave them the MVP plan, so that's part of our narrative.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And I don't think, Ellen, do you know, have they made any other changes? Have they gone any further with Short Beach?
I don't think so. I think that it's sort of like stalled right now. But it really it's just an engineering study with recommendations. So
Yep.
right now there's action plans other than I think coming up with a plan. So, but I'll ask when I go for the right of ways. I'll ask if there's any updates when I see Tony.
Yeah, and
Or when
ask them yeah, because I keep looking for because they were supposed to file under MEPA, the Mass Environmental Policy Act, and there was this goes back now to the summer. There was a legal notice in the Lynn item, and then it was never followed up with a filing. And I talked to the engineering group and they said, yeah, the town's still going back and forth on that.
Okay.
So I'm not sure where they are with that. And I think that included, I think they were looking at doing something up at 40 Steps as well.
Okay. I'll see what I can find out.
So Ellen, it would also be good, I guess, when you have Tony, you to tell him that we're planning on doing this meeting on the 24th, just because you'll have him.
Right. Yeah, I'll mention it to him and I'll let Paula know if I get any response to that from
Okay.
him.
So Paula, what?
And I'll try to reach out to him again. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt, maybe thought he was on vacation for school vacation week. So I'll try to reach out to him again.
Okay.
Usually I get to him through whoever was his administrative assistant.
So Kristen was really responsive. So
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I mean, they were both really good about the rights of way thing. So I can't say that I didn't get good response. So hopefully, sometimes it gets lost in the email shuffle. So
I have a question about how we deal with East Point. This is political, but isn't the Keep Nahant Wild effort to try to keep that place from being built something that is ongoing about trying to preserve open space?
I think it is.
yeah, suppose that could go under the, you know, trying to preserve open space and conservation easements. That's actually kind of loops back to what I was wondering about the conservation easements that Paula mentioned. Are those something you mention in your inventory of lands, or is that really something that's not really an inventory?
No, I added those to the inventory.
Okay. All right.
Those should be on that spreadsheet because I had added those a while ago.
Okay. Yeah, so I suppose it could be something that could be in our ongoing work.
Yep.
And wouldn't
Acquisition.
like the wetlands bylaw be, is that part of that too or not?
I'm not sure where that would fall. I'd have to look at the whole plan and see. I don't know.
As a way of,
Keep it, I added the committee to the the outreach strategy spreadsheet that Courtney had done.
Okay.
So I do think, you know what, because when you look at under, this includes improvements to park and recreation facilities, in his email, he talks about zoning amendments. So I think we should add that. And I thought it was in the narrative that we gave to him.
Okay. If you guys can look at the plan, if you go back to page 37,
Okay,
it
let me go back.
does have some kind of, you know, description of that type of thing that you're talking about, Nancy, I think. So I'm not sure if that's where it would fall.
I believe that when I did the narrative, I added the wetlands bylaw in.
okay,
I'll go back and look.
Okay. All right.
but doesn't that also somehow fall under these goals of protecting the space or something like that of, I don't know.
I don't know. I guess we have to find out maybe from Courtney if the goals of our committee are sort of limited to our committee that can take actions, because we can't really take actions on those things. So I don't know. I don't know. I guess I don't know is the answer. But they,
Given that, so this is supposed to be a plan for the town, it's not for the committee. And the town is supposed to embrace this. So I think, so for example, the wetlands bylaw is something that was embraced by the town. It was passed by town meeting. And it's like a zoning amendment in the sense that it does regulate the buffer zone. So that's been done.
And that also, I know we're supposed to deal with climate change. Remember they mentioned like that's something
yeah.
that is an overarching thing, so.
Yeah, which is why we did let them know about the MVP plan,
Mhm.
which is really, I mean, that was the Municipal Vulnerability Committee got a grant to look at that. And that was their report. So when, one of the things we might want to, well, it's probably not for discussion next week, but it may be after the 24th about how much he wants to get into that. And one of the things that I had a question about when we were looking at that initially was whether or not we want to include that as an exhibit to our open space plan. Because that committee did a lot of work on that.
Yeah, they did.
We can ask him that about how he envisions that part of it.
Mm-hmm. He may want to be in.
Also, I'm sorry, also thinking about climate change. I think that piping stuff that I've been going on and on about, also somehow fits into knowing that we're going to have more water. Any things that the town does to try to keep the water off of the land, which is that pipe stuff. And I don't know about anything over at Bear Pond, if that's what else is going on there.
Yeah. Well, maybe Zach can give us some input on all that.
Yeah.
And,
We
and maybe
might
somebody
make-
from,
We might make a
Yeah.
whole list of questions for Zach
yeah,
while we get
and
him.
and somebody on the MVP committee might have some input for us too.
Hmm.
Well, I talked to the woman from the MVP committee back when we were drafting the narrative,
Mhm.
and I included that in the narrative. I think probably because of COVID, because one of the things that they really focused on was Short Beach.
Right.
And if that, maybe we need to have a meeting after the 24th with just Zach to understand sort of where he is on some things. Maybe Zach and Tony, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. We definitely need more input from those two for sure.
Yeah. And maybe before the 24th, let's wait and talk to Courtney next week, but maybe somebody should reach out to Zach to try to talk to him ahead of the 24th and let him know that it's coming, and that it's possible that some of these items are going to come up as questions.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Rebecca, do you know Zach?
I know who he is. Yeah. I
He's
don't
like,
know him well.
he's the head of the DPW, and he's like this really great guy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he
I know
helps
who he
us-
is, but
Yeah, he helps us a lot. He's very, he just goes out and like does stuff all by himself and takes care of things. And he's totally tuned into environmentally, good stuff. And so he's just a gem
yeah.
for the town and for us.
Yeah.
Great.
All right. Anything else for anybody?
I can't think of anything.
So one of the things, and we can talk to, okay, so what do we think about a tour? I mean, I think you could give a tour of almost all the open spaces in a couple hours.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Don't you think? I mean, not like you don't have to walk at all, but just driving around and getting out. Maybe you get out at Bailey's Hill, and from there you see the golf course. I don't know. What do people think about that?
Well, it's part of their deal. They have to do it or they want to do it.
I feel like it would be
Yeah.
a very fast, like hour-long, 2-hour max
Right.
loop around Nahant, right?
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the major places are pretty easy to get to within an hour or two, as you said, yeah.
So we definitely want to, point out the thicket and the forest garden, and those two things as the new areas, but Bailey's Hill, East Point, the Heritage Trail, Lowlands,
Mhm.
Short Beach.
Well, I can come up with a list if you want,
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be
like
cool.
a stop list.
Yep.
Okay.
And then maybe a tour plan, like
Yeah.
starting here and going here and ending there,
Yeah, I can do that.
Great.
Does he want that for next week?
Well, he
Is
had
there
mentioned
something?
doing it after March, so
Okay.
we can ask him about that, but it probably, well, we'll ask him what hopefully he just looked at it on Google Earth. It's pretty easy to find most of these places.
Right.
So, but but we can ask him next week about that.
Okay.
One last thing I just remembered is do we have any way of finding out, other than through Tony or somebody else, what the ADA improvements in the town have been since 2008?
You know, I was really surprised that when I got the list from Kristen, it had nothing about anything about ADA.
Okay. I'm gonna ask Tony when I have him, where I can find information. So he's gonna get a lot of questions.
So Robin was the person, I thought, Robin DiStefano?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I think we reached out to her a while ago, Nancy. Maybe we need to do that again. See if,
Right, it seems to me there was somebody else who was involved in this too.
I think back when this plan was written, I think it was it Paul English then?
Yeah, but it seemed like somebody else
Yeah.
currently, but
I don't know.
I had no idea, and I was kind of surprised when I got the list that there was no ADA person, you know, committee coordinator, nobody was listed.
Yeah. I'll ask Tony if there's something more that we don't know. I'm seeing him Monday, so. Yeah, it's like there's not much information about it.
I don't get the sense she knows a lot.
Right. Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah.
I don't know if Linda Peterson would know as the Council on Aging.
Oh, maybe. Maybe. Let me see what I can find out.
Okay, all right. Well, good luck, Ellen. You got your work cut out for you on Monday.
More than they realize. So, okay.
All right, anything else from anybody?
Can't think of anything else.
All right, I'll try to draft some minutes from this because I've been taking some notes.
Thanks. Well, I think it was a good meeting. I think we covered a lot of ground.
So is there anything else in the report that they asked for? I don't have it in front of me.
No, there's nothing. Is a tour, so Rebecca's going to take care of that, doing a draft of that. Courtney's going to be drafting sections 3, 4, and 5 of the plan and developing content for the virtual public forum. And that was it.
Okay, I think, Rebecca, did you see the document that the library put out, the booklet about nature?
No, but I can look it up. Is it on their website?
I have, you can get hard copies of it. It would be just great when we do our tour that we like showed them this book that we,
Okay.
you know. I actually have a couple copies that I could just, do you want me to just like drop one by in your mailbox or something?
Sure.
Okay,
So library map.
yeah, it was part of,
Okay.
so we were supposed to be doing this big plant thing this year based on the herbarium. And it was going to involve the school and all these different organizations. It wasn't going to, it was involving open space in a certain way. And you know, there's this May Day thing coming up. It's going to involve children in East Point and finding plants over on East Point or something. That's something we may include. But anyway, but because of COVID, all that whole plan, the library, Sharon had gotten grants to do these things and we were going to have all these projects. So, but anyway, this booklet was kind of part of that too.
Okay.
So I'll just, so your address is what?
It's 115 Gardner Road.
Okay. Great.
And we're currently under construction, so I'll put the mailbox on the front deck because it's currently, yeah, it's hidden right now. So I'll leave it on the front porch.
Okay. I can do that tomorrow, so you have that. 'Cause I think it would be cool. Maybe we can even get copies from the library for them.
Okay.
It's just kind of a walk all around the great open spaces of Nahant. So
Oh, cool.
yeah,
Thank you.
sure.
All right, great.
Okay, guys.
All right, so we'll meet again next Tuesday, and Ellen, good luck on Monday.
All right, thank you. Okay. All right,
Anybody
talk
else
to
have anything? All right, so is there a motion to adjourn?
I motion to adjourn.
Okay, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Thank
All right,
you.
thanks.
This is
You.
good, thank you.